Hey there, what's going on, fellas? How are you doing on this Tuesday morning? Hopefully, you're doing well. You're getting time to get settled on into your sports and your sports betting talk. Let's do just that. I come into this morning chuckling and laughing. I just got done reading the story that maybe some of you have heard about. The PGA, the European Tour, and the LIV have all merged together. They're one big happy family now. So no more competing, no more fighting, no more arguing and bitching. They're just one big happy family. So how funny is that? PGA gonna talk all that shit about the LIV and hate on them, and players are even gonna, have a little internal battle between the two organizations. And hey, now we're just one big happy family. So I love that right there. Money talks. Boy, you talk about, we know that expression, money talks. Yeah, money talks right there. Hey, what's going on, fellas? Let's make sure we go ahead and recap yesterday, and then let's get into the action today, and we'll break down today's MLB slate live at 11 a.m. Eastern time with, of course, myself and the Hockey Squirrel. If we throw up recap, it looks pretty similar to yesterday, last week. Remember last Monday we went 4-4, and we're down 0.77 units. Much of the same yesterday, going 2-2, so juiced out and down 0.39. So remember last week we battled back. Starting off the week down 0.77 units, battled all the way back to being plus over 4 units. So look to do much of that same. Coming off a little bit of a heartbreak there with that Royals and Marlins NRFI. Boy, what a high-scoring game. You got a bullpen game there for the Royals, and they were attacked, and so was Braxton Garrett. He was attacked, and he was the pitcher that gave up that NRFI in the first inning as he allowed the Royals to get 2 runs. So I still think it's going to be a great play going forward. Even within this series, I think it's a great play going forward. It just didn't quite go our way yesterday. We did bounce back with that Phillies, though, on that team total, and man, did you guys hang out with me on TikTok yesterday? Remember I correct score bet, and we did it on TikTok live yesterday, 8-2. I said the Phillies were going to win that game 8-2, and it finished 8-3. So one run. We were one run away from turning $5 into about $400. Heartbreaker right there. But Phillies get it done easily against Joey Wentz as predicted. And then, of course, you get that league worst bullpen right now in the Detroit Tigers. So they were just able to add on runs late in that game and get themselves well up over the team total in 8 runs. And how about Adam Wainwright? Still has never this season gone over 17.5 outs. Thank you for not screwing us yesterday and going deep into that game. The Rangers were on him. I know they only got 3 runs. They came in that 3rd inning, but they had guys on the bases every single inning. He was throwing 20-plus pitches every single inning. Actually, until the last couple innings, he did settle down there. He got an 11-pitch 4th inning, and then I think his 5th inning was around about 15 or 16 pitches. But he had worked so goddamn hard earlier in that game just to try and keep the Rangers off, the bases. He just worked up that pitch count. So that was a beautiful, beautiful cash right there. And Blake Snell, you had to strike out the first 5 batters. Like, after that, you weren't that dominant. After that, you only got 3 strikeouts through your 6 innings pitched. So you pitched deep. It didn't matter how I faded Blake Snell in that game. I was going to lose some money. I was looking at that Cubs F5 team total. That in cash. Looking at Blake Snell under 16.5 outs. Again, he goes 6 innings, so that didn't cash. And under 6.5 strikeouts. That also didn't cash. So, yeah, there was no fading Blake Snell to any success yesterday. Had a relatively good outing. I mean, 6 innings, shutout ball. Again, struck out 8 batters, just came out on fire, striking out the first 5 batters. So unfortunate for us. So 2-2 on the day, down a little bit there, getting juiced out. Had some arbitrage money. We rolled over from last week, $5. And then, of course, DraftKings and these 50% profit boosts every day may only be adding, yesterday was $2.89. Maybe only be adding $2-3 a day, but you guys know from the Monday's recap that $2-3 is adding up. So we were able to do that again yesterday. So heartbreaking stuff, but not detrimental. Again, we were down more last Monday. We overcame it. So it is what it is, and we'll certainly look to get that back. What's up, Brian? Bounce back day. Brian, I think we've got a very nice bounce back day. We got a couple of our cash cows on the mound there, and Zach Greinke and Mitch Keller are on the mound. Some guys that know, treat us really well. Look to do that. Look to keep that broom handy. Damn, Brian, I thought we were going to pull that broom out yesterday. I thought for sure we were going to go 4-0 yesterday. It just didn't quite happen. So, yeah, I'm going to run back that NRFI there to Gent. The stats look great again. Luzardo's even better than Braxton Garrett. Remember, Braxton Garrett had given up 2 runs in his 10 starts. And he was the pitcher that let us down. Well, Jesus Luzardo's given up nothing in the first inning. He's had 12 starts, been clean, throw in 17 strikeouts to go in those 12 starts. Luzardo's been lights out early in his game. So, yeah, I'm running back that NRFI. Get it at minus 115 over on DraftKings. Hell, let's just get a look and see what it is right now. It is, holy hell, it's now minus 145. Wow, that escalated in a hurry. So, all right, well, I tweeted it out, I don't know, a couple hours ago at minus 115. It's now minus 145. It's a great NRFI. There's a reason that price is now minus 145. Fantastic spot. Let's just get the better result, Digit. Let's get the better result, the one that we actually deserve. Let's get that. Let's fill those bank accounts today. That'll be the goal there, Ryan. How did it not happen yesterday, Ryan? You saw those 4 plays. They look effing good. They looked effing good. I got some good plays today. DeGent's already on one, that NRFI. You know you're on the cash cow, Zach Greinke. We got the line we wanted. We just didn't get the odds we wanted. Remember, we would look for minus 150 or better. It's minus 200 for him to throw under 1.5 walks. But if they want to give us under 1.5 walks and make me put that in a parlay, I'm going to put it in a parlay. I'm not going to not play that. I'm not going to play it as a standalone play at minus 200. You're not going to get much return back on your investment. But as a parlay piece, you goddamn straight. I just hope he doesn't put us on the hook in the first inning. Like, can I not sweat for 4 innings? Because we know as sure goddamn well you ain't going over 5 innings pitched. That shit ain't going to happen. So just don't let me sweat for 4 innings, Zach Greinke. Be cool. I don't know what the Marlins draw, what their walk rate is. I could give 2 shits what the Marlins walk rate is. That being said, let's just peek a little eye at it real quick. Let's see what it is. They walk rate is 12.6. Actually pretty good. Pretty good, actually. You missed out on betting the A's F5. You got distracted at work. Did they hit that F5? Obviously, by the way you sound, you word that, it sounds like they did. They obviously lost the game again. I mean, shocker, the bullpen let them down. Squirrel's probably going to take a stab at them again today because they're going to be great value. At one point, the value just doesn't effing matter, right? You know what I mean? Like, the Athletics are great value. Great. When they're only winning 1 out of 10 games, you're getting your ass handed to you. Like, it doesn't matter the 1 win that they're able to get out of the 10 because it's, plus 200? Even if it's plus 200, it makes up for 2 of your 9 losses. At some point, the value doesn't matter. Can't wait to see if he's on the Athletics again today. They've got Caprillion up against Mitch Keller. Hell, Mitch Keller's not quite the Cy Young conversation, but goddamn, Mitch Keller's having a hell of a season. Caprillion, he could barely go 5 strong. He starts getting rocked in innings 4 and later. They barely let him go in the 6th inning. So can't wait to see him give out the Athletics today as a value play. Again, it's not like not a knock on him. It's just, I don't get it. It was 3-0 Athletics in the 5th, and then the bullpen wet him down. We talk about it on the payoff pitch. I harp on it a lot because that bullpen is terrible. You can't take the Athletics on a full game anything. If you're going to do it, you got to do what Adrian said. Unfortunately, he got a little too busy. You got to just back him in the first 5. That being said, what starter do they have worth backing in the first 5? J.P. Sears is the best they got. He went yesterday. Okay, he got the win. Caprillion, he gets smoked by left-handed hitters. And Pirates know that. You can look at his baseball card. His splits are atrocious on left-handers. Hell, they'll throw 5, 6, 7 left-handers at him today. They get rocked. They get absolutely rocked. What's up, my man, Nick? What's up, Nick? So I proposed you guys the question yesterday on the show. I said, what inner player is going to walk into Manchester City starting 11? Gave you guys 24 hours of sleep on it. Drop in a comment. Which inner player is going to walk into Manchester City starting 11? I can't think of one. The press conferences for the Champions League final have been uploaded today to the great internet. I look forward to getting to the gym a little bit later on and hearing what Guardiola say. I've listened to every Guardiola press conference since he made it to City, so about 8 years or so, 7 years. I love him. Can't wait to hear what he has to say. Tail that. Actually, what is it today, fellas? Remember yesterday it was minus 151? Let's see what we got here. Let's see what this parlay is today. Oh, yeah, I said we were going to do a West Ham Fiorentina play. I still like over 2.5 goals, and you can get it at plus 110. And now it's plus 120. Wow, I'm going to hold off on that. People are thinking that's an unders game. I think that's an overs game. Let's see what this Man City and over 1.5 is now. Hell, now it's minus 150. All right, I mean, obviously not quite on the right side. I can look at those two legs and see it's the Man City money line that's coming down. It was minus 240. Now it's minus 220. Who the hell is betting Inter? Like, who is really betting Inter with like any real conviction? Because you look at the stats, you look at the information, you look at the starting 11, you actually believe Inter is going to get it done? If you believe Inter is going to get it done, bet on Inter to win in penalties. That's your bet. Inter to win on penalties. Because they do have a goalkeeping advantage if it goes to penalties. I would take Onana over Ederson on PKs. So if you think Inter is going to do it, if you like the draw, skip all that BS, and just bet Inter to win in penalties. Because that's their only route to win, is to force extra time and get it into penalties. They're not going to outscore Man City in 90 minutes. They're going to hope to be equal and get that thing to extra time and get Onana in for penalties. And if they hold on for 90 minutes, yeah, then I think they can hold on for another 30 more minutes and force penalties. If they get the extra time, then I think penalties is pretty certain. Because if they're able to hold on for 90, then they'll have put on a pretty impressive defensive performance. And then sure, why can't they just hold on for 30 more minutes? I don't see any of that shit happening. Dinger Tuesday. Brian, I can tell you the two best guys. Obviously, this is obviously in keep swinging. Eddie Rosario there for the Braves, hit a home run in his last game. He's got fantastic numbers off Carlos Carrasco. So you can look for Eddie Rosario. And then also Freddie Freeman. He's got good numbers off Luke Weaver. You get that lefty on righty matchup. I would do Freddie Freeman or Eddie Rosario there, the Braves, for a Dinger Tuesday, Brian. And good luck. Remember, I hit yesterday's. What did I say yesterday, Brian? On TikTok Live, I said Kyle Tucker. Actually, not only did I say Kyle Tucker, I said you want any of the left-handed bats for the Astros, and I said Tucker or Alvarez. Both of those dudes hit a home run yesterday. I bet Tucker. He was the guy I used for beat the streak. I was all on him. Today, Brian, it's Freddie Freeman and it's Eddie Rosario. Good luck, my man. You lost multiple units on the Nuggets Sunday. Yeah, let's not talk about that because the gent was at that game. He was sitting courtside, and it didn't go his way. Obviously, we know the Heat pulled out the win. I'm sorry to hear that. We're going to get those units back today. I think there's a basketball game tonight. I don't know. The NBA is so weird. 7-game series. The gent set out the tweet. It's the same thing to do every year. It's like 7 games over like a month and a half. There's so many goddamn off days. Like, let's just get it. You lose interest. You get through 2-3 off days, you lose interest. Now, I'm not interested anyways to begin with, but man, here trying to get some back this week. We're going to get it back this week. It's just the ebbs and flow, man. Like I said, hell, last Monday lost 0.77 units and was up to the good 4 units at the end of the week. This is the ebb and flow. The ebb and flow. Today's going to be the flow, though. Yesterday was the ebb. Today's going to be the flow, baby. We're going to get some flow today. So I don't see where anybody dropped in a comment of an Inter player that's walking into Man City starting 11. Because you can't. You can't name an Inter player that's walking into that City starting 11. So why is Man City money line going down? I don't know. I think people just know it's a one-game scenario. Anything can obviously happen in a one-game scenario. Like, that's not rocket science. And I think people are just betting on the dog because, I guess they think it's got value. At some point, something doesn't have. It's kind of like the athletics, right? Like, do they have value? Squirrel's going to make a case on today's payoff pitch. I guarantee you the Athletics have value. If they're winning 1 out of 10 games, who gives a shit about the value? Like, the one win's not even covering the losses. Yeah, the NHL, it's like an off-day game. The NBA is always wacky with their amount of off days when they get into this NBA Finals. It's always like, I remember that when I used to be into basketball, like in the college days, 20 years ago when I was watching basketball. Too many off days. Happens. The gent, hopefully we can get you to a game. What does that be, a game 5? Hopefully we can get you to a game 5 in Denver. Let's heat up. Let's go on a little bit of a heater. Win some money like last week. And by the time game 5 comes back around in Denver, hopefully we can get you there. I saw that picture you put on Twitter. You had great seats. I love it, man. Too bad they didn't get the win, but I'm sure that, like the time and the experience, I'm sure all that was great. So, all right, fellas, I'm not going to bet this over 2.5 in Fiorentina versus West Ham just yet. I looked yesterday. It was plus 110. I'm seeing plus 120 right now. So I'm not going to rush. I see no reason to rush into this over 2.5. If anything, just gives you another 24 hours to look at the numbers and see if that really is, a good betting spot. And if it's a good betting spot, you bet it and you live with the result. You can live with the result because you think it's a good betting spot. But price is moving like I'm on the wrong side. So now I'll take 24 more hours and I'll rethink of it. I'll kind of rethink that. So see what happens there. That final is tomorrow, as we know. That final is tomorrow. What do you got here, Adrian? You're thinking A's are going to hit their team total of over 1.5 runs against Mitch Keller? I don't think so, man. Mitch Keller has been dynamite this season. Mitch Keller. Let's see. You wanna fade Mitch Keller. I mean, his last two opponents definitely lit him up. And then he was outstanding against the Orioles, outstanding against the Rockies. The Rays, only one of those runs was earned. He got bit by errors, so he did good. Defense let him down. I mean, you could see where he gives up a couple of runs. He's given up a couple, but it's over 6-7 innings. Like, he's going deep. There's an outs prop of over 17.5 outs for Mitch Keller, but it's at minus 190. That's a fantastic parlay piece. He has gone over in every start but the season opener and then that one start against the Rays where it looks like a bad start, but only one of those runs was earned. It was the defense that let him down. Otherwise, it's 6, 6, 6, 7, 9, 6, 6, 6, 6, 7. The dude's going 6 innings against the Athletics today. And he may give up a couple of runs, but Caprillian's going to give up a ton of runs. I'll tell you that right there. Good game, wrong result. Yeah, sorry, man. Yeah, we all bet with our heart, man. You know, from time to time, obviously. From time to time. Feel like we missed the A's yesterday. I would say we didn't miss the A's because they didn't pick up a win. It's not like you bet the A's and you missed it. We didn't miss the A's. Knew they were going to get their ass kicked. My parlay of the day was the Keystone State parlay. Phillies Pirates. Check. Plus 120. We were on TikTok Live. I put 3 more units on that. I had 2 or 3. While we were hanging out on TikTok Live, I threw 3 more units on Phillies Pirates. That was a parlay of the day. It was easy as I mean, obviously a 5-4 game. A's were in the lead, but you knew that bullpen was going to come in and wet. They threw that Japanese guy, like Fujiyama or whatever. He came in and wet the bed. That guy is terrible. I don't even know why they even keep giving him opportunities. He's so bad. It was like 1.2 innings pitch. It was a couple runs. It was a couple walks. I mean, what'd he do? Let's see what he did. 1.2 innings pitch, a walk, or 2 walks and a hit. He didn't do shit. So, yeah, this is going to be a tough day. Let's go find ourselves a Hockey Squirrel. Let's see what he's cooking up today. F5 hit for us anyway. What did I have yesterday? Did I have an F5? I think I had an F5. Let's see. I didn't have an F5 yesterday. So I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. You said F5 hit for us. I didn't have an F5 yesterday. I got a couple F5s today for you, my man. I didn't have an F5 for you yesterday. Let's go get ourselves a Hockey Squirrel, fellas. We got 2 minutes. Let's find out what bet he's on. What's his favorite over? Hell, what's his favorite under? How many MLB dogs is Hockey Squirrel going to have today? And what's his favorite money line of the day? That's called 7th inning coming to a stretch when you're just looking for a goddamn winner. Find out what the Hockey Squirrel's got cooked up. All right, fellas, give me a minute or so. I would say a minute, and we'll be right back with you guys. All right, let's cash, fellas. Let's get it. Hey there, baseball enthusiasts. Welcome on into the Tuesday episode here of the Payoff Pitch, where we're live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We're breaking down today's MLB slate with the Hockey Squirrel and, of course, myself, powered by Bet Openly. Fantastic sportsbook. There's a link down in this video description. Go check them out if you haven't. You're only going to win more and lose less with Bet Openly, so check them out. Squirrel, quick hits. What's on that thought of you? What's on that mind of yours, my man?
Yesterday didn't end up being that great. Kind of what we had thought would happen happened with the Athletics. Came out to a lead of 3-0, tied it up 4-4, blew that as well. Sucked. So yeah, yesterday wasn't a great day, but coming off of a 7-day win streak before that, so not too terrible. We'll get back at it. So
Yeah, get back
uh,
at it. Get
as
back
of
at it.
today, man, I'm telling you, there are just these spots where it's like I really think there's some serious overvaluing going on.
Mm,
And I don't know if that's perception of the team. Some of them make sense, some of them really don't. I don't know.
okay,
So
you
we'll
got
have to
me.
dig into it.
I was gonna say you got me quite intrigued. I look forward to hearing some of those thoughts. I was seeing some of the scoreboard. There were a lot of overs. I know you were on overs yesterday. I did see some high
Yeah.
scoring games. Obviously, there between the Astros and Blue Jays. That Pirates Athletics was that at 8.5. Did that get you over at 9? I know you slipped up on the money line, but I think that over was at 8.5. So you may have
Yeah, I
gotten
got
there.
the over in the. Yeah, it was late, but yeah, I was a little worried after they gave up. So it was 3-4, and I'm like, okay, now I'm in danger of losing both of these. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
they ended up
tough
getting
stuff,
that
man.
done.
Sorry about
So
those athletics. I was thinking about you last night, and in position, leading halfway, and just couldn't quite pull it out. Tough stuff. I went two and
yeah.
two yesterday. I was juiced out, so we're both going to bounce back. We're both going to get on those winning days, and it all starts right now with around the bases. Let's take a couple of games and break those down. What do you got there, Hockey Squirrel?
Well, I'll start off with an underdog. I don't think it's my favorite one of the entire day. So
Ooh, an underdog and around the bases
yeah.
means you are loaded today with great plays, and I'm all ears. Hit me with it.
So this one opened fairly high, closer to plus 150. It's down to I think you can still do plus 135 at some books. I'm going to take a look at the Chicago White Sox today with Giolito on the mound, and I have this model at plus 115 for the White Sox, and I'm getting over plus 130. Again, slight overvaluing for I think the Yankees being at home, the team name of the Yankees, and all these kinds of things. So um, Clark Schmidt, I think I was just kind of glancing at his overall statistics, and it would seem that Giolito is the better starter. In terms of bullpens, though, I haven't really dug too much into that other than what the model spit out for a projection of plus 115 on the road. But I think there's enough there of a discrepancy that I'll go ahead and take that. And you get the market agreement, right, where it came out plus 150, it's down to plus 135. But I still think that there's some to be had there.
I like that pick, Squirrel. I was checking it out, but there's some sports books that don't have the F5 lines available. I'm
This
not
is always a problem,
sure
right?
why. I mean, it's not
Like
in. It's,
yesterday with the Athletics, like I would have loved a first five, but I couldn't do that at 9 p.m. the night before.
well, for this game though, it's odd because it's not even being offered on some of the sports books where ballpark here doesn't matter in New York. We know the starting pitchers. Because I think this one could be the F5 over because both bullpens are really good. Yankees have a top 5 bullpen. The White Sox bullpen has been improving. Then they got Liam Hendricks comes back from cancer, and that whole story just seems to have energized that team, but also really energized that bullpen. Those bullpen numbers are in the top 7, so it's really two fantastic bullpens. But I could see Giolito and Clark Schmidt both getting hit, so I like the F5 over. I'm not quite sure about a full game over. You like the White Sox on the money line. Yankees are the better hitting team, but you are getting the better starter. So be an interesting game. Hopefully that goes your way. Let's go ahead and talk about the Cardinals taking on the Rangers. Like the Rangers yesterday. Told you guys your Rangers on the money line. I don't know why people are still betting the Cardinals. We're just betting the names at this point, right? We're ignoring all stats on the
Yeah.
Cardinals, and we're just betting Goldschmidt. We're betting Arenado. We're ignoring the fact that the team can't hit or pitch worth shit. All right, well, today they're throwing a left-hander in Liberatore, and the Rangers crushed left-handers. I mean, hell, they crushed right-handers, they crushed left-handers. Liberatore's had a good start versus the Brewers. Well, what don't the Brewers do? The Brewers can't hit a wet paper bag through left-handed pitching. They absolutely suck. Couldn't hit a minor league pitcher yesterday in Andrew Abbott. And then Liberatore was bad versus the Guardians. So good against a team that can't hit left-handers. Struggled against the Guardians, who are performing better lately as of versus left-handers. And now going to get the Rangers, who are just better, obviously better in both of those teams, but really good. Their slash line is 313, 387, and 494. Very low K rate at 16.1%. Nice walk rate at 10.8, and a weighted runs created best in baseball versus left-handers at 148. Rangers are number 1 through the first 5 innings. They're scoring 3.86 runs. Yeah, you know the bet already. It's that Rangers F5 team total. Just keep on betting it, fellas. It's over 2.5 runs at minus 130. What's another game for you, Squirrel?
Let me see where the best line is on this one because it's something that was just moving, and it was the Orioles and the Brewers. I think is going to end up at 8. So grabbing under 8.5 is looking to be something that would give you good closing line value. DraftKings appears to be the best, although I'm sure you could probably find somebody on Bet Openly to take it at even better odds than that. It's always going to be reduced juice. So if you can find your best line, usually you're going to do even better because it's only 1% juice, and you only pay the juice if you actually win. So there's a real good reason to hop on there. But yeah, a lot of these books are going to minus 120, and I can confirm that with the data model that I'm only expecting about 7.5 runs. So getting under 8.5 is pretty nice.
Okay,
in the Brewers game.
Take in the under. That certainly lines up with a bet that I'll be giving out later. And coming to a stretch, my best bet. Let's circle back to the Orioles-Brewers game. I like that one as well. Let's talk about the Mariners. They're going up against the Padres. Padres money line for me. It's cut and dry. It's better offense, better starter, better bullpen. You are, oh boy, you're getting the better offense. Yes, you're getting the better offense. How about the Seattle Mariners hitting 195? 195. They just another team where it's like perception. They should be better than what they are. The reality is they stink. Padres aren't a hell of a lot better versus right-handers, but they're at least above the Mendoza line. They are at least decently slugging at 635. So nothing's good, though, from the Mariners from an offensive standpoint versus right-handed pitching. So then you look at, the starters. You get Logan Gilbert against Musgrove. Musgrove, great outing versus the Yankees. Good one against the Marlins. Logan Gilbert struggled against the Yankees. We kind of talked about him last week when the Yankees were our dog of the day. I'm trusting Musgrove over Gilbert a whole hell of a lot more. And then bullpen? You want to talk about bullpen advantage? How about a major discrepancy? It's bottom 5 versus top 5. ERA 2.08 versus 6.32. WHIP is 0.95 versus 1.79. I mean, opponent's batting average 0.83, 2.9. It's all better for the Padres. So because I have the better offense, because I have the better starter, because I have the better bullpen, I'm taking the Padres money line at minus 135, not even thinking twice about it. Shut up and pitch time. Let's give these guys some pitching props. What do you got there, Squirrel?
The only guy that I honestly dove into was James Paxton. I'll talk about him in just a second. I'm giving something out as we're talking. So if you want to start with yours, then I'll take a look here in a sec.
All right, I'll skip James Paxton since you have James Paxton as well. But yeah, I'm on James Paxton. I'm on the under. We'll see where you're on, but I take the under. Freddie Peralta is another guy that you can take an under. 5.5 strikeouts, under at even money. Under in his last 5 starts. Under in 7 of 10 starts overall. Orioles are K percentage at 21.2%, but they have a nice batting average at over 250. So you expect them to have some success off Freddie Peralta, even if a guy that, more perception than reality, right? He's just not hitting over 5.5 Ks again, hasn't done it in his last 5. So I'll take Freddie Peralta at a plus money price to stay under 5.5 Ks. I also like 3 pitchers to not be the winning pitchers. This has been a parlay. I think I've been making one of these a day for about the last month, and can't recall the hit rate, but it's a whole hell of a lot of wins. So I'm going to do it again today, but do it for you guys as well. James Caprillion, Athletics, taking on the Pirates. He's not going to get it done today. Liberatore there for the Cardinals against the Rangers. He's not going to get a win. And also Luke Weaver against the Dodgers. He will not get a win. Those 3 pitchers to not be the winning pitcher are minus 127 parlay. All right, what are you going to say about Paxton? I like under 5.5 Ks.
I like under 5.5 Ks. That's
cool.
Also the same. So, you would look at his game log if you have it, and it doesn't look like he's going to go very deep, but he has been able to put up a lot of strikeouts in limited amount of innings, whether he's going 3 or 5. You're getting, well, I guess this is more about the matchup, but, I expect a lot more depth out of Shane Bieber. But, yeah, I mean, I just don't know how far James Paxton's going to go into the game, and I also think that the money line to go along with this is wrong because I kind of like the Guardians, if I'm being honest, to tag up the Red Sox today. But in terms of projections, I only have them to get 4.5 strikeouts, and his line is under 5.5, and I think I can do close to even money, which is really good. I don't know what you're able to achieve on that, but I think it has more to do with the projection and the price. I'll let you speak about the batting matchup, though. I don't know if he's seen these guys before or what it is you're looking at.
Yeah, you can get that at about -110. So a great price. 4 starts. He has stayed under in two. Two of those,
All right, I
he
can
went
get
way
plus
over.
100, so I should take this right now, huh?
Yeah, it's great. The Guardians are one of the toughest team in the MLB to strike out. 11.9%.
Oh, yes, we just played them.
11.9%. They are
I just
very
went
tough.
to a Twins game.
Yeah,
And we
it's a
played the
very
Guardians,
good
and I remember
matchup.
looking at the strikeout rate. It was really, yeah, they're like one of the best in baseball, if not the best in baseball at
The
low
best.
strikeout rate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're the best. They're the
So,
best team, and they're also hitting left-handers right now. How about a 400 batting average versus left-handed pitching right now? So you figure they're going to hit Paxton, chase him early. I like the under 5.5 Ks as well. So,
yep.
all right, fourth
Cool.
inning long shot. Hell, you gave us one around the bases. So how many of these suckers you
Yeah.
got queued up for long shot?
Here's quite the angle. Kind of shooting this one in there. So let's see. I think the Minnesota Twins are a pretty decent shot. And the reason I say this is you have the opportunity to draw Carlos Correa or Byron Buxton back into the lineup, along with Alex Kirilloff, not as big of a deal. But if we can get Correa or Buxton, you're already going to close well on that. In terms of the modeling, yesterday I had the Rays overvalued for whoever they were playing. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Red Sox.
They ended up winning. Yes, the Red Sox, and it was like 4-1, right? Because I was talking about Red Sox being a bit of value there. I think it was achievable, or maybe achievable, to take the Minnesota Twins. It is at DraftKings plus 150. So again, this is something I would look at bet openly and see if you can get somebody to really overpay on the Tampa Bay Rays, because you look at the other side of that, and it's going to be at the retail books. They're trying to charge minus 170, so it's realistically achievable to get like plus 160 on the Twins at bet openly. So yeah, I mean, at plus 150, I have this model nowhere near that. I don't know exactly why. I'm a bit afraid of our own bullpen in Minnesota. The Twins, after going to the game, after watching some of these, blown leads that we've had as well, it's just a little bit frightening, but plus 150 is far too much as far as I'm concerned, and it will be, especially if Buxton or Correa draw back in the lineup, because there's going to be that over move, right? That's how people are, or even the books will over move the shit out of things, even in the NBA especially. One guy goes out or one guy comes in, and the line rockets one direction. So it's a little bit of a gamble within a gamble that you're going to get either of these guys back, but
So if you
I don't
don't
know
get
how
those guys
bad.
back and it doesn't move, then now you don't like it. You're getting it because you're assuming.
No, that's
plus
not
150
true,
will be
because
plus.
I
No, I'm
modeled
asking.
these.
Okay.
I modeled these games, right? I have all 9 batters from the day before, and then the available relieving bullpen and all that. And even at that, I don't have it modeled near the plus 150 price. So now, if you throw Buxton or Correa in there, we're really talking. That would be, ideal. So it's a gamble within a gamble, but I think it's a good one.
Okay. All right, cool. For my dog of the day, I'm going to go ahead and back those Orioles today. They're taking on the Brewers at a good plus 115, getting a massive offensive advantage. Brewers hitting 196. It's terrible below the Mendoza line. Baltimore's 253, slashing 394 versus Milwaukee at 317. Strikeout rate, the Orioles are better by about 4%. And, of course, their weighted runs created is going to be a lot better. Bullpen-wise, the edge does go to the Brewers, but Orioles didn't play yesterday, so they've at least got their good arms ready. And if they're leading through 5 and they're able to bridge the gap to Bautista, it's game over when Bautista steps in that game. So, yeah, Brewers can't hit shit. Kyle Gibson should be able to match, if not be exceeding anything Freddie Peralta can do based on some of the things that, Kyle Gibson's been able to do lately. And, again, I'll expand on that a little bit later here in the 7th inning coming to a stretch. But I like the Orioles today, plus 115. If I had to throw out a second one, honorable mention, can't quite get the cash. Nationals today at plus 135, taking on the Diamondbacks. But I do like the Orioles today. Expect them to come through in cash at plus 115. 5th inning, keep swinging. Time to give these guys some hitting props. What about for you, Squirrel?
Not too sure on the hitting props. I am curious now if this Owen Miller hit yesterday. That's what I was going to do.
Check it out.
Go back and.
Oh, yeah. Your guy for the Brewers. Here, I can pull it up quick.
Right.
I can pull it up really quick. Let's see.
Was
Owen Miller went 1 for 4. Bat leadoff. He got his last at bat in the 8th inning came through for the people. Got a single. Good.
Oh, I had over 1.5 total bases, so I guess if he didn't do it.
Oh, that was a loss then. Okay, so he didn't do
it. He got a hit, but not the second base, so unfortunate.
Hey, I gave out 2 guys yesterday. Both of them got a hit. I gave out Kyle Tucker and I gave out Yan Gomes. Yan Gomes coming through for the people in his first at-bat against the scary Blake Snell. How about Eddie Rosario there of the Atlanta Braves? He's 13 for 38 up against Carlos Carrasco. That's 342. 2 doubles and 3 home runs. And he's got at least 1 hit in his last 6 games. So Rosario's starting to heat up. A guy in Rosario that I think you know really well from his Twins days. Kyle Tucker, go back to him of the Houston Astros. 4 for 6 off Kevin Gausman. 2 doubles and 0 Ks. And Freddie Freeman up against Luke Weaver today. He's hitting 308 off of Luke Weaver with 1 K. I'm going to use Freddie Freeman and Eddie Rosario on the MLB beat the streak to 5.6 million. So see if I can't stack up a couple more wins. 6th inning, it's a steal. What you got there, Squirrel?
Dude, I think I'm going to call the Cleveland Guardians money line my steal at minus 105. It's just not much to pay for what we're expecting. We're already, basically going against James Paxton here. Tough team to strike out. They're at home. I don't know.
Bullpen.
I think
Great bullpen.
Yeah.
Great.
So
bullpen.
I just don't think that there's enough. I think that the odds are not high enough on the Cleveland Guardians. So I think you're getting a great value there for everything involved.
I'm doing a quick scan, and it looks like that's flipped recently. Now the Red Sox are appropriately the dog, and now I'm seeing about minus 115 for the Guardians across the board. Actually, MGM's got the best price. I'm getting minus 110 on the MGM, but everywhere else has the Red Sox now as the dog, which I agree with you. With that Guardians bullpen, how excellent it is. They're hitting left-handers. They're getting Bieber against a struggling Red Sox team right now versus right-handers. So Bieber should be able to go 6 innings, probably give up 2-3 runs. But I'm expecting certainly the Guardians bats to do more against Paxton. And then even if not, if it becomes a bullpen game, great. I'm getting by far the better bullpen in the Guardians. So I like your pick at minus 110 over on BetMGM. I'm going to go ahead for my steal. I'm going to give out my Nerfy of the day. It was a loser yesterday in Royals Marlins. Royals Marlins. I'm going back to the same play, back to the Nerfy again today. Jesus Luzardo. We've taken him a couple of times. He's yet to give up a run in the first inning. 12 starts, no runs, 17 Ks, 0.77 opponent's batting average, and a .33 whip. My man has been outstanding yesterday. And Zach Greinke, best friend of the program. I was going to say friend of the program, but he may be my best friend of the program. He's given up a couple of runs in 12 starts, 10 Ks, 205 opponent's batting average. Marlins at Nerfy 82% of the time. We remember the Royals yesterday were 63%. Royals struggling versus left-handers, hitting 225, getting a much tougher one in Luzardo than Braxton Garrett. They're only slugging 378, and the Marlins, of course, hitting 261 versus right-handers. Covered much of that information yesterday. Let's see if the Nerfy can't come through today. It's Royals, Marlins, run it back from yesterday. See if we can't get a good result. 7th inning coming to a stretch. Best bet today, Squirrel. Best bet. Need a winner.
Off the top, well, I just got caught looking at the Guardians. I can get plus 100 at bet on. I can get plus 100 at Bet Online, and it is giving the first 5 innings on the Cleveland Guardians at minus 115. But it looks like that's about where it is.
Don't do that.
Yeah, that's about where it is anyway.
This is a team. When you look at it, right, sometimes you take the F5. You want the Guardians bullpen. If it matters late, you want to be with that Guardians bullpen. Don't take an F5 in that game.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Boy, I know it sounds stupid to not have a best bet. I know it's happened to you a couple times. It sounds so stupid when you don't. Go ahead with yours.
My best bet cashed yesterday, right? My best bet cashed
I don't remember what it was.
The Nerfy, the Phillies. Oh yeah, it was Wainwright under 17.5 outs. Yes, I actually did good yesterday on my leans. Yeah, my double play
Yeah, that's how it
yesterday
always
too.
goes, right?
That's how it always
That's
goes.
how it
When you
always
have a
goes.
losing day, the leans are always on fire. Always on fire. My best
Right.
bet today, though, got to go back to this Orioles Brewers matchup. Got to go back to backing Kyle Gibson, who's just been really stinking good. I'm taking the Brewers F5 team total under 2.5 runs at minus 125. Listen to this recent stretch here by Kyle Gibson of teams who haven't gone over 2.5 runs. So this bet would have cashed against the Rays recently, against the Blue Jays recently, against the Yankees recently. He's had a stretch where 5 of the 6 opponents have all stayed under 2.5 runs in the first 5. Again, Rays, Blue Jays, Yankees. You get this Brewers team, talked about it, hitting 196. Their weighted runs created is 68 when the league average is 100. They're 68. No power to the plate at 317. Kyle Gibson on one hell of a roll. Keep it going one more start today, my man. Keep those Brewers as your best bet of under 2.5 runs through the first 5 innings. 8th inning double play. I'd like to give you a parlay of the day. Which one you got?
It's gonna have to be the Phillies, right? I think Phillies and what was it? What was it? Yeah, the Tigers are terrible. So I think the Phillies and what was the other one? It was a heavy favorite. Not the Pirates. Yeah, maybe the Pirates. Dude. I mean, who were they throwing? Caprillian's not good at all from just the general overview of the stats that I was looking at this morning. But God, I mean, can you really get there on minus 270 on anything? Like, truly, ever? Just don't think I can.
Pirates.
Phillies
I don't
in
care what their
what?
price is. You're going to the
Phillies in
Keystone
what?
State? Why not just stay there? If you like the Phillies, why not go back to the Keystone State parlay that cashed so damn easily yesterday for the people at plus 120?
Okay.
I mean, there's no
Thank
way you like the Athletics. I mean, you may like them from a value perspective. You
No,
actually think the Athletics
no,
will
I
win the
don't. I
game.
don't. I liked him yesterday. I don't like him today at all.
Yeah, they're throwing one of their worst starters today in Caprillion. And they
Right.
tried like hell yesterday. Look at the bullpen arms they used yesterday. I think JP Sears went 4.1 or 4.2. Look at the arms they threw. They threw their quote-unquote good arms yesterday. They tried like hell to win that game, and they couldn't get it done. They no way they're winning today. That's your parlay of today. It includes 2 cash cows, friends of the program. That's the OG and the new G. The OG's Mitch Keller. Faded that guy a ton. He's no longer a fade candidate. You want to back this man, Mitch Keller. He's taking on the Athletics today. He's going to get it done. And then the new one is obviously Zach Greinke, and it's under 1.5 walks. It's minus 200. I don't care. Give me 1.5. I was so happy to see it. I didn't even care what the juice was because it was either going to be a standalone play or a parlay piece. Today it's a parlay piece at minus 200. Parlay that with the Pirates money line. It gets you to plus 110. Plus 110, parlay of the day. Let's go ahead and throw our bets up here on the screen. And then let's go ahead and talk everything on rapid fire. My bets are, I'm going to go ahead and take that Rangers F5 team total over 2.5. I'm going to take Greinke under 1.5 walks with that Pirates money line. Royals Marlins is your NRFI of the day. Padres money line, check, check, check. There, you should win that game. Brewers F5 team total, that's your best bet of the day. And then 3 pitchers to not be the winning pitcher: Liberatore, Weaver, and Caprillion. Minus 127. What about for you, Squirrel? Let's get to rapid fire. What do you got?
Well, I really do like the Twins. I have a bunch of WNBA stuff that you can get if you want to check out hockeysquirrel.com. Get in the Discord and get real-time bets sent to you. So it's a lot more than just MLB right now. It's been the College World Series for baseball. Been WNBA and MLB is predominantly what's been going on here, but been doing really well in WNBA actually. But getting back to today, the Minnesota Twins plus 150, that Orioles Brewers under 8.5 we talked about. Obviously, James Paxton with the under 5.5 Ks at plus 100. I was able to find at Bookmaker. And hey, if bookmaker.eu is not something that you have, I would really highly recommend taking a look at it. It's one of the only books, if not the only book, that, no, it's not the only, but it is one of the only books that will not limit you. They have a Sharp model, right? So the only ones that won't limit you really are Circa, Pinnacle, and Bookmaker, and U.S. customers can't even use Pinnacle. So unless you're in, I think, one of the 3 states that can use Circa, Bookmaker's kind of your option. So the 3 states for Circa are, I believe, Iowa, Colorado, and Nevada. But
Okay.
other than that, pretty much Bookmaker very reduced juice, and you won't get limited at that book. So it's almost a necessity if you are a winning sports bettor to be using that. I know you've experienced, getting shut down to $2.50 at PointsBet and Bet Rivers and these kinds of things. Yeah. So other than betting exchanges like Bet Openly, they won't limit you either. They don't care who wins because they're just taking 1% of the total pot, whoever wins. So that's you got to find ways to keep getting down and not getting limited if you are a winning sports bettor.
All right, I love it. Let's go ahead and before we do rapid fire, catch Brody's comment here in the section because DraftKings has got a boost on the YRFI or the NRFI and Mets Braves, so I presumably that's why Brody's asking the question. So let's take a look here, Brody. Well, we know from taking the Mets on a few NRFIs that they're one of the worst teams in terms of scoring in the first inning. In fact, they've only scored in the first inning in 15% of their games. This is whenever we always talk about why DraftKings gives you this boost. It usually looks good on one side and like bad on the other. This is what you get here, Brody. You get the Mets, who's scoring in the first inning in 15% of their games, dead last. Braves are best in scoring in the first inning at 42% of their games. So you're on the other end of the spectrum here in terms of offensive scoring in the first inning. League worst up against league best. If you look at the two starters, Bryce Elder here for the Atlanta Braves, he's only given up 1 run in his 11 starts. Got a really nice numbers if you return to back a NRFI. Like, those are good NRFI numbers, only 1 run in 11 starts. And then you look at Carlos Carrasco. He's going to have a tough time going up against this Atlanta Braves team. How about he's given up 7 runs in 6 starts. He's given up 3 home runs. They're hitting 280 off him with a 1.6 whip. This is about as conflicting information as you get, Brody. One team I would think doesn't score, and the other team should score. So bet that one however the hell you want, Brody. I got nothing on that one. The information doesn't line up to have confidence to be on either side of the other. So good luck, Brody. All right, let's jump into rapid fire. Good question there, Brody. Excellent question. Love it. Let's get some more of those questions. Love it. All right, let's hop on in here. We get an over-under of 7.5.
Giants and the Rockies under is moving right now from 11.5 down to 11. It looks, or it's being very juiced, like hardcore.
Okay, I'll hop on that.
Thought I'd let you know.
Thank you. Twins and Rays over-under of 7.5. Twins plus 150. Rays minus 175. I know you're on the Twins Squirrel, but I can't get there. Rays do it all better. I would do Rays run line. Not even worried. Rays run line for me.
Ouch. All right. Do you see a low-scoring game at all?
No way in hell I take unders in Rays game. Fully capable of hitting the over all on their own every night. So I didn't even look at it. Not with that bullpen. Because you're always going to get a good Rays
line's
bullpen.
at 7.5. I'm only asking because I have a low scoring projection, but 7.5 is, that's good. I'm cool. Not that I really want to go under 7.5. I'm good to take the Twins, and that would be not really correlated at all to expect an underdog to win and a game to go under. But I don't have it modeled for a lot of runs.
What about the Royals and Marlins over under of another 7.5? Royals plus 140, Marlins minus 165. I'm taking the Marlins here with Luzardo on the mound. With the Royals' struggles versus left-handers, getting a better one today in Luzardo than Braxton Garrett. Marlins won that game yesterday, 9-6, I recall? Yeah, I want the Marlins again today. As far as an over or an under, Zach Greinke is going to keep this thing low scoring, I believe. I don't think you're going to get the runs you saw yesterday, so I'll take the under.
Okay, yeah, it's about right there for me. Maybe a shred of value on the Marlins, to be honest. I have it minus 170, but it's, roughly there, minus 165 or something, 160.
Like it.
So
Tigers and Phillies over under of 9.5. Tigers plus 160. Phillies minus 190. Phillies getting another left-hander, which we saw how well that treated us yesterday, giving us a good team total cash. They're facing another left-hander today, but unfortunately Tyler Alexander is only going to go about 2 innings, and then you don't know how A.J. Hinch is going to deploy that bullpen. So that's why I couldn't get behind the Phillies today. Otherwise, it's a great spot. Of course, we talked about the numbers yesterday, why we like the Phillies. You just still know what you're going to get lengthwise out of Alexander. So, of course, I'll take the Phillies on the money line. Tigers still can't hit right-handed pitching to save their ass. So, Phillies for me, pretty easy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's we talked about that yesterday too. The bullpen with the Tigers, and it's
bad.
Been bad day after day. I think it was 8-2 was the final yesterday. We even talked about
don't say that. You were on
What?
TikTok Live, and I did a correct score of 8-2. It was 8-3. Don't bring up pain. I missed
Oh,
a
whoops.
$400 payday by one run. I put $5 on it. You were on TikTok Live when I gave out that prediction. 8-2. It finished 8-3. That was pain. Pain.
Okay, sorry. I'll
So
just
close. So you like Phillies today?
I'll go climb in my doghouse now.
So you like Phillies? Is that what you like?
Yeah,
Phillies?
yeah, I like, yes.
All right, Squirrel, tell me about all the value with Athletics against the Pirates. A plus 210 against minus 250. Over under of 8.5. I'm taking the Pirates.
No.
What are you taking?
You're not going to take the Athletics today. I have the game at 8.5 also, but yeah, it's a complete mismatch, and everyone should know that. So,
Is there even value on 210 today? If you're from a value perspective, or it's not even value?
probably not, dude. This is a one thing I don't know if I don't think a model can really capture like teams tanking. You know what I'm saying?
Teams tanking. Are they even tanking, or do they just suck? Like, normally you don't tank till. Actually, I don't even know how the draft lottery system works in baseball. So maybe there is no tanking. I don't know. I think they just suck. I don't think they're tanking.
Bro,
I
I
like
don't
that.
know. I don't
The
know
White
what it
Sox
is.
and Yankees with an over/under of 8.5. White Sox plus 135. Yankees minus 155. I hear you with the White Sox, but I'm taking the better offense. I'm taking the better bullpen in the Yankees. I'm taking the Yankees minus 155.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going against you. I already did bet it. No, I think plus 135. Let me
Let's
see.
go White
Let's see.
Sox. Let's go White Sox. Let's get it.
Wow. I don't think I did. I don't think I did. I didn't give it out. Damn. Okay. Thanks for reminding me. Got to do that.
Get it out. I'm seeing plus 135. Give it out. Diamondbacks and Nationals over under of 9.5. Diamondbacks minus 145. Nationals plus 125. Nationals are going to be seeing Tommy Henry for the second time, so maybe that gives them an advantage. They also hit left-handers good. That's why I like the Nationals as an honorable mention for a dog of the day. So I like Nationals plus 125. I also like the over of that, by the way. Diamondbacks do a good job of hitting right-handers. Both bullpens are in the bottom 10 right now. I think this is an easy over 9.5.
Yeah, I have it at 8.5. But I can be wrong as well.
Okay.
I know I understand what you're saying with Nationals being an honorable mention as an underdog because I kind of thought the same thing. Then I looked at the pitching and kind of just veered away from it. I had Nationals plus 105 and they're plus 120, 115, probably
Yeah.
120.
Hell, plus 130.
Oh, really?
Get them. I got plus
Are they really?
125 on DK, plus 129 on
Yeah.
BetRivers. Get them.
Yep. Damn. There you go.
All right, another bet to add to your card. Where are you at with these Astros and Blue Jays with an over-under of 8? Astros plus 110, Blue Jays minus 130. Gosman up against Hunter Brown. Sounds like an over in strikeouts. That's all I know. I wish I could take the over of combined strikeouts between Brown and Gosman. There'll be a lot of them in that one, folks. I'm going to take the Blue Jays, though. But it's still a good bullpen. So obviously the numbers took a bit of a beating yesterday. But I still like the Blue Jays. Get it done, minus 130. I think I was on the Astros yesterday. I was right. So, yeah, I have Blue Jays today.
I'm pretty close right in there. I have Astros modeled plus 116. That puts Blue Jays minus 116 and a game score of 7, which makes sense with how the market's reacting right now. You have Pinnacle drop down to minus 7.5 right now. A couple offshore 7.5. So you got a lot of juice to the under at 8. I would expect or hope that the game would end 7.5 if you bet the under 8. And I think there's a couple places you can get minus 115 on that.
Yeah, that one's going to drop to 7.5. I agree. Dodgers and Reds over under of 10.5. Dodgers minus 190. Reds plus 160. Taking the Dodgers. Dodgers today. Easy call to take the Dodgers.
I have them exactly where they are pretty much. Minus 168 is my thing. This is interesting. So look at how high this damn total is at 10.5.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 12. This is much like yesterday, though, and this is that Great American Ballpark. That's the factor, I think, is a lot to do with the ballpark. I wouldn't expect to have a projection of 12 with the name Tony Gonsolin, I don't think, or has he not been good?
He's just going to go about 5 innings. I remember taking his unders a couple times. Took his unders when I was in New Orleans recently. Yeah, just going to go under. Under is like out props, but he'll be
But
solid.
he is really good, isn't he?
Yeah, he'll just give up 1 run, probably maybe 2
Holy
max.
hell, he's sub 1.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he good. He gonna give up 2 runs max, probably just 1 over 5 innings. He good. The Dodgers winning this game against Luke Weaver. They don't shellac him.
Yeah. Right. So this high total then would probably be just largely attributed to a Dodgers score, right?
They're
I
certainly
mean,
doing majority of that for sure. They've got the better bullpen by
couldn't
far.
you? I mean, I'd feel fairly comfortable with what I'm seeing. I'd feel fairly comfortable on a run line. Not gonna lie.
Sign me up. Now talk me. No Dodgers run line. I like it.
Right.
Well, this Red Sox Guardians. Now we're seeing the Guardians favored at minus 115 up against 105 for the Red Sox over under of 7.5. Not interested in a total for this. I'm with you. I'm on the Guardians.
Yeah. Yeah. I have them modeled much higher than the 105 or. Oh yeah, you can still get minus 105. This is what I'm talking about with this bookmaker, dude. It just doesn't make sense to not have it if you're not going to get limited. I mean, if you're willing to play an offshore, this is the one you should have. But yeah, I was able to snag plus 100 actually a few minutes ago when we were talking about it. You can still get minus 105. Great price for a great team and in a great spot.
Yeah, I'll be hopping over there soon. Limited on 3 books. On my way to hop over there soon. Mets and Braves with an over-under of 9.5. Mets plus 140. Braves minus 165. Take it. Let me get a look at the bullpen numbers just to refresh my brain. But I like Braves on the money line.
I have the Braves modeled
like
minus
Braves.
169. So right in there with that.
Oh, yeah. I like Braves on the – oh, yeah. Bullpen. Massive bullpen advantage. Definitely like the Braves. I would even go Braves run line at plus 115. Huge bullpen numbers. Elder over Carrasco all day long, and then I'm getting the big offensive advantage too. Getting Braves hitting 274, Mets are hitting 197. Yeah, it's Braves run line, pretty easy. I think today's the day I'm going to cook up a really favorites money line parlay. I mean, I love the Braves.
Whoops.
I love the Dodgers. Love the Pirates. I'm cooking up a money line parlay.
It
Orioles
looks
and
like
Brewers.
this game's going to 10 with the Mets and Braves. So I guess DraftKings might be your best at over 9.5. It's minus 120, but we are seeing 10 at Pinnacle Bookmaker, and FanDuel just went to 10. BetMGM's at 10. It's moving.
Orioles and Brewers with an over-under of 8.5. Orioles plus 110. Brewers minus 130. Dog of the day. Take those Orioles. Take those Orioles. Dog of the day.
Excuse me. Yes, this is one that I was talking about.
I may add this
is
one
trending.
to the card.
So what I was talking about is trending to the under. The 8.5 should drop down to 8. It already has at your sharper books like Pinnacle and whatnot. A couple offshores. DraftKings, you can take under minus 110 for the 8.5.
Okay.
But it's gonna go to 8. It is going to 8, like literally as we're talking.
Cardinals and Rangers over-under of 9.5. Cardinals plus 120. Rangers minus 140. I'll just stay with the Rangers. Liked them yesterday at minus 135. I like them again today at minus 140. That price never changed. It was like minus 135 all day.
Yeah.
Rangers.
I've got minus 143 as a projection and about 8.5 runs. It's at 9.5, so. And I went well under yesterday, right? Was it 2-0? Was that the game? Or was that different? No, that was the Reds and Brewers.
Yeah, it was 4-3. I think Rangers won 4-3.
Okay.
Yeah, the Brewers, man, they couldn't hit that left. They couldn't hit the debut, man. I mean, so you know when they face the Pirates, you go ahead and fade their ass against Dick Mountain. Yeah, they didn't hit Andrew Abbott. They could hit Dick Mountain, so I don't know when they play.
Is your next game the Rockies that we're going to talk about? Because I'm quite interested in them. I found this really intriguing, the Rockies.
Giants and Rockies, over-under of 11.5. Giants minus 140. Rockies plus 120. All right, what are your thoughts? Go for them first. What the hell?
My thoughts are that, well, it's an obvious bullpen day for the Giants, right? Because they're bringing out John Brebbia, whatever.
I think you can almost guarantee by looking up when Sean Manaea was used last, he's coming in next for 4 innings. You could book it. So they're going to get Brebbia for an inning and Manea for 4.
Okay. And how does that shake out for you? So I'm looking at the Rockies being at home as a potentially decent buy.
I just like the under because the Rockies are struggling versus righties and lefties. Giants' offense is tailed. We got Lamed on the mound. I like the under more than a side in that game. Under 11.5 for me. That's where I fall.
The next game, the Cubs and Angels, because it's going over right now.
Cubs and Angels over under of 9.5. Cubs even money. Angels minus 120. Cubs get to go up against another left-hander, not as good against Snell in terms of wipeout stuff. Expect them to have more contact up against Tyler Anderson. Cubs, dog of the day, plus 100. Barely a dog, but I'll take them as a dog. Nice bounce back for them.
I'll go over the 9.5 because it's moving to 10 in a lot of books right now.
Mariners and Padres with an over-under of 7.5. You get the Mariners at plus 115, Padres minus 135. I've bet the Padres, given the Padres out. I like everything about it. When you give me starter, bullpen, hitting advantages, I don't get away from that.
Sure, let me look. Mariners, Padres, and you said you were on the Padres?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I have it at minus 125 Padres and a very low score as per usual at Petco Park of 7, and the line's at 7.5.
Would have hit yesterday.
Just how they are.
Yeah, would have hit yesterday in a 5-0 game. Cubs didn't do a damn thing off against Snell or that bullpen.
Oh, do you remember? I'll look it up again, but do you remember the? You and I were sitting there looking at some crazy trends for this season. One was Fenway Park. It's 21-9 to the over, 21-10 after yesterday, I'm sure. But the other one is Petco Park. So when the home team is the Padres this season, 9 overs, 20 unders at Petco Park. So only a 31% cash rate on the over at Petco Park, and the average total has been 8.3. So pretty low. Most of these totals are 7.5, or they're usually pretty low that way. So good trend there if that's something you're looking to follow. Then you throw on Musgrove and you throw on Logan Gilbert. That's some great starting pitching as well. So
under, yeah.
I don't know what the bullpens look like unless, first 5 is under 4, if that's interesting to you.
One great bullpen in the Padres and a Mariners bullpen that is really, really struggling, but two generally struggling offenses. The Padres grade out better, but they're also kind of struggling in their own right. They're above the Mendoza line, but not full-on struggling. All right, cool.
The first 5 under seems kind of intriguing then to me.
Okay, like it. 4, you said 4 or 4.5? 4? 4.
It's under 4. Mm-hmm.
Under 4. All right, let's hop in the comment section. We got a couple of great comments that fluttered on in here. We got Ricky, our guy Ricky. What's up, my man? Hope you're doing well. Let's turn off Squirrel's YouTube thing so we can see your question. You said the Red Sox should be favored today because Bieber isn't great against lefties, and he's got to go against a handful of lefties today. Well, that's a true statement there, Ricky. He allows left-handers to hit 304 off of him. Right-handers hit 238 off him. So, yeah, for sure the left-handers struggle. Let's take a look at the left-handers, projected left-handers, and see what they hit off him. Rafael Devers, he hits 231 career average, only 3 hits and 13 at-bats. Another left-handed at-bat, Verdugo, he's 1 for 5 off, who were we talking about, Bieber. Reese McGuire, he's 0 for 9. So he ain't got any goddamn success off of him. Another left-handed bat you're going to see is first baseman Tristan Casas. He's 0 for 2. Yoshida, he's 0 for 3 against Bieber. Obviously, he's first in the league, so that must have just been one game. And then another left-handed bat is Duran. He's 4 for 6. So I got one good average and then a bunch of bad averages from the left-handed bats. And the right-handed bats, you can expect them to struggle because they're not hitting right-handers to begin with. And to your point, Ricky, right-handers are struggling. So the left-handed bats, career-wise, need to step it up if you think those Red Sox are going to come through. So good luck to you there, Ricky. Good luck. Ryan says, Dodgers on the run line today since we're thinking they're going to get beaten. Yeah, Ryan, I'm going to cook up a parlay. Dodgers run line is jumping in there. I'll cook it up right now. I'll cook this sucker up. Yesterday, that can't-miss parlay was a great one there between the Keystone State. Let's cook up one today here, Ryan. I am interested in – I'm dropping in the Rays money line. I'm dropping in Yankees money line. I'm dropping in Dodgers run line, Braves money line. Those are the only one. Oh, and Padres for sure. I think those are only. Oh, and Pirates for sure. Pirates coming on in there. Those are the ones I feel like ultra confident in. I feel confident in the Rays. I feel confident in the Yankees. Dodgers run line, Braves money line, Padres and Pirates. 18-1. Let's slap some cash on it. That's how we'll end this show. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us here on Tuesday's episode here of the Payoff Pitch. Here you go. There's John coming in with the prediction. Boston's going to win 7-1. All right, John. Go correct score bet it, man. See if you can't get one better.
No, I think he's saying. I think he's saying they are 7-1 in Cleveland.
Oh, like that shit matters. Get out of here with that stat. That has no goddamn bearing on today's game, what they've done the last 8 times in Cleveland. But I like the stat, John. But yeah, there's no bearing on today. Do we like the Rockies today? Well, you like the Rockies. I like the under. You like the Rockies, right?
Yeah, I do I don't know, like, it was a strange thing to model, and I got some really off-the-wall, like, wacky projections, so I just kind of deleted it all and moved on with my life. But
what do
with
you do?
what I was looking at...
What if you do with your projections, you throw in Manea if he's the starter, knowing he's going to come in and pitch 4 innings?
Yeah, I mean, I'll do it if you want to wait for a minute or two,
Yeah,
so I
let's
can
just
actually...
wait. Let's wait. We got,
Okay. Sure.
I mean, you don't know what you're going to... I mean... Yeah.
Okay, so it's at Coors Field, right? And we need the who the hell is it? Rockies and what? Giants.
Giants. I will tell you there, Ricky, and looking at Bieber a little bit deeper, his home and away splits, he's a lot better at home. I mean, significantly better ERA, significantly better WHIP, significantly better opponent's batted average. So I mean, left-handers may hit him more, but he's only given up 1 home run at home, where it's 7 on the road. He's way better at home.
And what was it? Nelson Lamet.
These stats always make me laugh, John. Like the last 8 times Boston was in Cleveland. How does that matter? I don't get those stats. Those are stats I think that tend to be funny. What about yesterday, Johnny? What about in Game 2 of the NHL Finals, when Game 1 had gone over in the last 15 years, Game 2 had gone under 5 of the last 6, and what about Game 2 going under in the last 15 years? 12 of the last 15 had gone under. Yet yesterday's game went over. It's just fucking historical trends. Like, I mean, it's nice to have like part of your research, but Red Sox winning 7 of the last 8 and Guardians has no goddamn bearing on tonight's game. I will sleep on that stat. I will sleep all day on that stat. Has no bearing on today's game. None. 0.
Nice.
All right, we're waiting on the projections here for Rockies Giants, fellas. But good luck, Johnny. I'm obviously not throwing hate or anything on you, man. I wish you good
so
luck.
If I throw Manea in
Sox,
there,
good luck. Get that cash, John. Just friendly banter, my man.
I have.
Just friendly banter. All right, Rockies Giants.
Does this make sense? So plus 115 for the Rockies, minus 115 for the Giants. If I throw Manea in there.
Okay. Plus 115. Let me see what it was.
I think it was like plus 120, so pretty close.
I got, plus 120. I'm seeing an interesting promo on DraftKings. They did it with NBA. Get up by 10, win early. They've got get up by 2, have a 2-run lead, and win.
Get up by 10 runs in a MLB game?
No. It's the equivalent to their basketball if they're doing it in baseball. Get up by 2 and win, regardless of what the outcome of the game is. Just get up a 2-run lead, and you cash your bet. I'm going to take that in Dodgers Reds. I'm going to bet that personally. Obviously can't be an official
Yeah, that
play.
seems stupid. Like, these are just like one bet or something? Or any game?
No, any game, just bet on a team. If they get up by 2, regardless of how the outcome of the game goes, you cash your bet if they're able to get up by 2 at any point in the game. I'm going to take the Dodgers.
How could you not win every game?
Well, not every game's going to have a 2-run lead. What are you talking about?
That just seems really, like...
I'm doing it. Up early.
So you could just bet...
I mean, you can only get one. You can only do one.
You could bet every money line.
You can only bet one.
Okay, then that's what I'm asking. So it's a one bet kind of deal.
One bet kind of deal. What team do you trust most to
Okay,
get
all
out
right.
to a 2 lead? But John, please do come back tomorrow when the Red Sox improve to 8-1 and tell me I don't know shit, because that's why I love sports. I love the back and forth. So yeah, come here tomorrow live at 11 a.m. Eastern when the Red Sox become 8-1 in Cleveland. I still won't think the stat will matter, but
I could have
come
used
on
that.
back, John.
I could have
Come
used that
on
promo
back,
on
dog.
the Athletics yesterday. That would have been wonderful.
All right, so who would you use it on today? Who would you use it on today? Dodgers? I just used it on the Dodgers money line.
Yeah, you could. You could do that, or could try the Phillies if you wanted.
I tried the Dodgers there, Ed. I did the Dodgers. Minus 180. It's $25 max. I put the whole big old $25 max on it. What the hell? All you got to do is get up by 2. Hell, they could do that the first inning before the Reds even put the bat in their hand. They could be up by 2 against Luke Weaver. Do we like Rays tonight? I do, Ricky. I put them in a parlay. The one I just cooked up here, I put the Rays in a parlay. Squirrel's on the other side, though. He likes Twins at plus 150, so not fully in agreement on that one. Marlins, if I had to pick a side, I would take the Marlins, and I think Squirrel said he had them about minus 170. They're minus 165, so he also likes the Marlins.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be happy with my Twins line or if they say Buxton or Cray is in, because it's gonna drop.
Let's cash tonight, Ricky. Ed, John, Jared, DeGent, Brian.
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Cash.
John Jared Jingleheimer Schmidt.
And you had some great discrepancies with your over-unders, if I'm recalling. So you ended up betting Cardinals, Rangers, Giants, Rockies. Did you end up betting these?
There are a few I haven't given out because I've been doing the show, but yeah, Giants, Rockies under 11.5, Cubs, Angels over 9.5, and then the Orioles, Brewers under 8.5, Mets, Braves over 9.5. Yeah, so I have 4 so far, but I think there was 2 that I haven't given out because we've been doing this.
Okay. All right, fellas, there it is. I didn't know you guys were live. Every day, John, my man. Welcome to the program. Love having great supporters that drop in some great comments. Appreciate you, John. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Any dingers tonight? I like the 2 guys I gave out, quite frankly. I like Freddie Freeman or Eddie Rosario. Great numbers. Rosario hitting a home run in his last game in the 9th inning, coming in feeling good. His last at-bat, he went yard. I like Rosario, and I like Freddie Freeman. We really like the Orioles and Texans, yeah. I like the Orioles and Rangers tonight. All right, fellas, that's how we'll do it. Let's go ahead and pull the plug there. Anthony Rizzo to hit a bomb off Giolito. See what his career numbers are. Got me curious. What are Rizzo's numbers off Giolito? You did get that great lefty on righty matchup. I love that. Rizzo is 0 for 6. Never gotten a hit. Never gotten a hit off Giolito. But you get a lefty on righty. You get the short porch in New York. So I like it, Ed. I like it. All right. Good luck with your bets today, fellas. Come on back for tomorrow. See how we were able to turn a profit on today's show. And then we'll give you guys more winners on Wednesday, the Hump Day edition here of the Payoff page. Live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Good luck with your bets tonight, Squirrel. See you at the cash counter.
See you, buddy.